Alright y'all, welcome back to my channel, and you already know in this video what I'm going to be showing you how to make. So I'm going to run down all of the ingredients that you're going to be needing to make this sweet potato cheesecake. And as usual guys, I will list the ingredients and the measurements in the description below. Okay, so here I have my sugars, my white sugar, my brown sugar, my cinnamon, and my nutmeg. Here I have mashed sweet potatoes that are already roasted. I got some butter, 2 packages of graham crackers, heavy whipping cream, 3 eggs at room temperature. I got some vanilla extract, cornstarch, and 3 packages of Philadelphia cream cheese that needs to be at room temperature. All right, guys, so let's get into this video. We're going to start out by crushing out graham crackers. Let's do it. All right, so we're going to add our graham crackers to this food processor. This is a quick way to get your graham crackers crushed finely. All right, y'all, into this, we're going to add in our sugar. All right, so our graham crackers are crushed now. I'm going to add them to a bowl so we can mix in our melted butter. All right, guys, so now we're going to add in our melted butter. Now we're just going to mix this in until it looks like wet sand. Okay, this is fine right here. Now I want to show you if you're able to take your graham cracker crumbs and squeeze it and it holds like that. You've done a wonderful job. All right, so let's move on to the next step with getting this into our springform pan. All right, y'all, so I got my springform pan and I went ahead and put foil all around it because we will be placing this in a hot water bath to make our cheesecake. And of course, I'll be showing you everything that needs to be done. So you want to go ahead and spray this with some cooking spray, just so you have an easy release later on. Just a little bit, not much. Now you want to go ahead and add your graham cracker mix. You just want to shake it and level it out a little bit. Then you want to just take it and flatten it out with something flat. I'm using a glass. All right, so this looks good. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to place this in the oven for about 8 to 10 minutes, but I'm going to watch it closely so that it doesn't burn, and you want to do the same. And then you're going to let it cool down completely before you add any of your filling into it. Okay, so now let's move on to making our sweet potato filling. All right, y'all, so I went ahead and I added our mashed sweet potato into our mixer. So now we're just going to go in with the sugars and the spices. And we're going to go on with our vanilla. And also our heavy whipping cream. Now we're just going to blend all of this together before we add in our egg. All right, that should do it. Now I'm just going to scrape down the sides of the bowl. Now we're going to add in our melted butter after mixing the sugars and the spices. And we're going to give it a taste to make sure that we don't need anything else. We don't need anything else, guys. All right, so let's move forward with adding our egg. All right, that should do it. Now we're gonna just dump this into a bowl And then we're gonna move on to making our cheesecake filling. So I went ahead and added our 3 packages of room temperature cream cheese. So now I'm gonna let that cream for a few until it's smooth, and then I'm gonna add in our sugar. All right, so that just about does it. Now we're gonna add in all of our sugar. In between, you want to scrape down the sides to make sure that everything is mixed in. Make sure you get the bottom as well to make sure you don't have any cream cheese down there. Now we're gonna add in our vanilla. Let's mix that in. All right, to that, now we're gonna add in our heavy whipping cream. Now let's get that mixed in. All right, now in between, you wanna make sure you scrape your sides down. And you just wanna do this until the consistency is smooth before you add anything else. All right, so that looks good to me. Now we're gonna add in our eggs one at a time. Last egg, which is the second egg. Now let's scrape those sides down. All right, now let's add in our cornstarch. All right, this looks about right to me. You just want to scrape the sides of your bowl again, and you want to make sure that your batter is loose, just like that. Now we're ready to assemble our cheesecake. Okay, so now you want to add some of your batter to your crust. Okay, now the rest you want to reserve because we're going to add this to our sweet potato pie filling. So now you just want to smear that in just to make sure it's even. Okay, so let's mix the rest of our cheesecake filling into our sweet potato mix. All right, guys, but before we add the remainder of this to our sweet potato filling, I'm going to take some out to reserve for the top of the cheesecake. Okay, so to the remainder of the cheesecake filling, we're going to add in our sweet potato mix. Wow, guys, that smells so good. And you definitely want to make sure you scrape down the sides of your bowl to make sure all the cheesecake filling is mixed in. And that's it, guys. Now let's add this on top of our cheesecake. All right, so let's do the sweet potato filling. All right, now you just want to smooth that top out. Now we're going to get the remainder of our cheesecake filling. Now we're just going to take that and put like little dollops around. In no specific order, guys. You just want to make sure that you get these dollops all around. Now you want to take a toothpick or something. I'm going to use a chopstick because this was closest to me. You just want to move it around. All right, guys, that's good enough. Enough playing in there. So I'm going to get this into a hot water bath. All right, guys, so our hot water has been added to our pan. I'm using a foil pan because it makes it easier. All right, so now I'm going to place this in the oven on 325 degrees for about 1 hour and 20 minutes. And I'll be right back to show you guys what we're looking like. All right, y'all, so our cheesecake is done. I'm going to let this cool down completely before I wrap it with saran wrap and place it in the refrigerator to cool overnight so that it can firm up. And once it firms up, it will be perfect to slice. So I'll be right back when this is completely cooled and it's time to wrap it in saran wrap. So, all right guys, we are back and our cheesecake has completely cooled. So now I'm gonna wrap it with some saran wrap. Okay, so now this is ready to go in the fridge for 6 to 8 hours to overnight. All right, y'all, so we are back and our cheesecake is ready to be cut. So I'm gonna take this saran wrap off of it so we could go ahead and get this party started so we could taste us some. Ooh, wee, isn't she pretty? All right, guys, so let's open this up. Ooh, wee. All right now. All right, guys, so I managed to get part of the springform pan off. I just want to show you guys how good we are looking. Doesn't that look good? All right, so let's put a little decoration on this. All right, so for the decorations, I'm going to be using some of this extra creamy ready whip, a little cinnamon, some of this sand and sugar, and some Hershey's caramel sauce. All right, all right. That looks good to me. What do you think, guys? What do you think? I think that looks good. All right, so now I'm gonna take some of this caramel sauce and just put it in the middle. All right, so now I'm gonna hit it with a little dusting of cinnamon. And that's it for that. Then a couple of these sugar crystals. Not much of that. Just for a little pop of color, if it shows. All right, so let's cut us a slice. Ooh, wee. Look at that. Check that out. All right, all right. That Cool Whip is starting to melt, but that's not a problem that we can't fix. All right, guys, so let's taste this now. First bite goes to you. Now to me. Mmm. Mm-hmm. Guys, that's amazing. I definitely recommend that you try this recipe. Everything blends together well. The nice layer of cheesecake, then the nice layer of sweet potato pie filling with that cheesecake mix added to it. Oh my God, perfect balance. I'm telling you, if you bring this to your next holiday gathering, you're going to be the talk of the table. Trust me. So with all of that being said, guys, I'm going to end the video here and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.